Well, hello there. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast right here for the 9th of July, 2015. So many things. I cannot tell you. Well, let's put it this way. I've said it before. I've said it like this, that things change every 5 minutes. You know, and it's like, man, you can't keep up with anything anymore. You just can't. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I really don't. We see a lot of things going on. We see a lot that, that need to change. And I really feel that in terms of what we see in our lives right now, I think what we need to do is we need to really pay attention to what, and I'm not saying this lightly. We need to pay attention to everybody. Okay? We need to pay attention to everybody. Look what Trey Gowdy just did. Look what he did. Look what that bulldog just did. Gowdy just released proof that Hillary told a massive triple lie in her CNN interview. Okay? And this was written over at, this was posted at westernjournalism.com. The law is and has been in place. You have to preserve public record. Not only is he the chairman of the House Select Committee on Benghazi, he's also a former federal prosecutor with an impressive record of criminal convictions, including 7 death penalty cases. So, when South Carolina Representative Trey Gowdy sets his sight on proving someone has not been truthful, most of us would say proving someone is lying. He's a good bet. It's a good bet that Gowdy has the goods. Okay? I mean, that's just, you cannot get around this, okay? You can't get around this. He's going after Hillary Clinton. Not for any other, not for personal reasons, not for any, no. He's going after her because the law. Okay? Somebody else that knows the Constitution and the law pretty well is KrisAnne Hall. Go to KrisAnneHall.com. Check that out as well. So many things are going on in this world, as I said, and every 5 minutes it seems it's changing, and you have the Greek austerity. I don't want to call it austerity. It's the Greek financial crisis going on at this point, and it's going to come over into the U.S. There's no doubt about that. It will happen. There's no doubt about it. It's not, and I don't want to overuse the cliche, but it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It will happen. All you welfare recipients, all you Social Security disability recipients, all you Social Security people, all that, you're going to lose big time. Okay? That's just the way it is. Because, you know, you cannot sustain this type of financial debt for this long and not have it collapse at some point. Considering that from George Washington to George Bush, we had $6 trillion in debt. Now we have almost $20 trillion just within the last 8 years, 6 years, whatever it's been. I'm going to go to break. I'm going to come back. I'm going to stop ranting and get on with the news. AmericanLibertyRadio.com is the website if you're not already there. And if you want to email me, it's AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. That's AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Check it out. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what's on your mind. And I shall return right after this. The only choice for all your independent hits on the internet. Radio Rock 92.6, The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. What we see is not reality. It is distorted reality. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. Sharing the truth one fact at a time, without all the BS. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast right here on the American Liberty Radio Network. How are you? Are you good? You like my NPR voice? Hi, this is, I have fun on this show, folks. And that's something that I think we all need to do, is have fun. Enjoy the moment. And what is the moment consisting of? First of all, look in the mirror. It consists of you. You have questions. Yes. Go and answer them. Don't, I get a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot. I get people asking me why I believe what I believe. Because Mama didn't raise no fool and Grandma taught me better. You search for the truth. You have the confidence that the information you have is correct. And if you have more questions, you just dig through it and find the answers. And then you stand on what you believe. Well, I stand on what I believe. That's what it is. Okay? I could probably, somebody years ago, when I was younger, years ago, someone asked me if I wanted to be an attorney. I said, no way. I should have been an attorney because, watching, what they do and what they go through and all the work they do to get to the truth. I mean, I'm pretty much, 3/4 of the way there because of the, how I go about finding the truth, but holy mackerel. But, we all have to have fun in life. We all have to, enjoy what we do. We all have to make the situation the best we can because we're not going to be here forever. Okay? Even though there's technology out there that can help you live a little bit longer than the average, age of humanity. But, what do we do? We have fun, number one. We question everything, number two. I don't care if you're a hardcore Christian, fascist liberal. It doesn't matter. Question everything. I've seen skeptics become believers almost overnight because they took and realized, wait a minute, I have to question this. I have to go beyond my limits and question what's going on. And they become believers almost overnight. In other things that I do as well and other things I discuss. The third thing we need to do is just identify what is and accept it. Again, remembering that, hey, let's question those things. If we have to find the answers, there they are. They're going to be there. And you don't have to get all excited and adrenaline rush and go, I'm going to find this answer. No, what you do is you systematically go through the information. And guess what? Believe it or not, the answer pops up right in front of you, right when you least expect it. And sometimes you'll look at it and go, oh, I can't believe that. That's not true. Yeah, pretty much. So anyway. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. You can help, if you want, the American Liberty Radio Network by supporting us in whatever manner you see fit, but we don't do these podcasts for free. I say we because there's other shows on here that I'm acquiring, that I'm making available to you, and it costs me a dime or two. You know what I mean? Some of them, people just are willingly giving, here, put this on your network. So I don't have to worry about that. But some of them, yeah. And plus, changes are taking place with the network. Yes. So we need your support. I say we as if I have a mouse in my pocket. Currently, it's just me. And other people are willing to volunteer to help out. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So if you're willing to support the American Liberty Radio Network, please do. All you have to do is email me and ask me how. I'm more than happy to tell you. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Go to the website and check that out as well. The website is AmericanLibertyRadio.com. Check that out and go from there. Lots of things coming up as far as changes are concerned. And again, you can help out with those changes by supporting the network. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.com, go to the store, and check things out there. I'm going to be adding some more stuff later on, so please check it out. Thank you. Your support, even if you share this show, is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. So anyway, what do we do? What do we do? Okay? How do we look at all this stuff and say, what can I do to make the changes necessary, to stop the craziness from Washington, D.C.? Up on American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook, Chairman of Committee on Benghazi, Representative Trey Gowdy, Hillary is demonstrably false. There were 3 subpoenas. Okay. So he's going after Hillary Clinton. I think she should just drop out right now. She's not going to be president unless the Bilderberg Group, pushes beyond all of that crap and just, says, screw you, we're taking over the White House, and puts her in charge, and which is a possibility. But then that would be declaring war on an intellectual war, an info war on literally the American people. And, of course, then they'll realize that the whole system is rigged. WeAreChange.org, how the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, came from the UN and Agenda 21. TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, check that out. It now eliminates all borders. It now eliminates all regulation as far as specifically the United States of America. And, the whole issue of commerce, of trade, of all of that is basically within the Trans-Pacific Partnership. And my question has always been, if there is free trade, why is it costing us billions of dollars a year? Free trade means I come to you and I say, hey, I see that you have, that, and I'd like to have that, but I see that you want this, so why don't we just trade it across? Well, that's free, doesn't cost anybody. But here's what the government does. Some third party come in, the government says, hey, you can give it to me, I can charge a fee, give part of that to you, but I will give that item to that other person and charge them more to cover my expenses. You see how that works? Free trade is not free, folks. Free trade is not free. It costs us billions of dollars a year. We have a trade deficit almost equal to the what is that? The GDP, gross domestic product. We have, those two are almost exact and almost the same amount in the deficit. We have a $20 Well, it stopped at 18 trillion, but it's probably somewhere closer to 21 to 22 trillion dollars at the usdebtclock.org. So it's probably a lot more than what you see there. And with derivatives, fake money, monopoly money, you just pull a figure out of your head and say somebody owes it, that kind of thing. The federal government says we owe somewhere in the vicinity of about $2.5 quadrillion in derivatives. Okay? And other countries are doing the same thing. Other countries have debt as well to us and we to them. And, so what's the point of free trade if you're not just going to give it to the person? You know what I mean? And here, follow the money, connect the dots. Follow the money and connect the dots. Here's where it ends up. The Act of 1871, the incorporation of Washington, D.C., that little 10 square mile piece of land over on the East Coast, which apparently has gotten too big for its britches and thinks that it owns everything and has developed and created sub-corporations. That's what corporations do. And they put these departments out there, giving them their own power, but will support that power. In other words, the Bureau of Land Management that I'm thinking of with what happened in Oregon and what happened in Bunkerville, Nevada. So they take their power and go from there. And it's like, no. Follow the money, connect the dots. The Act of 1871. We need to repeal that whole thing. We, the people, have to stand up and demand the repeal of the Act of 1871. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go this far. We need hundreds of thousands of people in Washington, D.C. surrounding the White House. We need the federal provost marshal with the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff to walk into the White House and arrest each and every single one of those criminal, corrupted congressmen. There's maybe, a dozen or so that aren't, and they're working very, very hard to stop this craziness. So let's exclude that dozen or so, and let's take the rest of them and throw them in Guantanamo. Okay? We don't need a centralized government. We need a self-sufficient, singular, statewide government. In other words, where you live in your state in the U.S., that should be, they have 3 branches of government. Your state should run itself. They don't need somebody on the East Coast in a 10 square mile piece of land telling you how to run your state. You can do it yourself. You know how. Governors, I'm talking to you. And we need to arrest all the criminal corporate governors and put them in jail, such as Jerry Brown in California. His ass needs to be thrown in prison. Okay? It'll probably take anywhere, between 8 to 12 years or something like that to, clean the mess up. Probably longer. But we, the people, have to do it. We, the people, have to do this. No. Don't depend on the government for anything, okay? They put their fingers in the pie and it ruins it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back. Don't fret. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Anyway, AmericanLibertyRadio.com is the website. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com is the email address. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what's on your mind. Send me some information. Talk to you in a bit. Be right back after this. The reality underneath the honesty. Listen to Brian Lang over at Live Truth Radio. Go to livetruthradio.com for more information. what we see is not reality. It is distorted reality. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. The only choice for all your independent hits on the internet. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to RadioRockTheBlitz.blogspot.com. Welcome back to the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast right here for the 9th of July, 2015. Short segment here. I don't know where to begin. Out of the 16 or 17 candidates for president, I think that's all Republican, by the way. I think there's maybe a handful. I don't know. I don't even follow that crap anymore because I know it's rigged. But out of all the people that are candidates for president of the United States, which one do you believe could do the better job at firing all of these corrupt people and possibly arresting them? Remember years ago, that happened before. There was a congressman who was arrested and yada, yada, yada and all that. And, you know, seriously. Okay? The late James Traficant was one such individual, I think, was arrested and stuff like that. Yeah, you can go back. All because these congressmen were pulling out of the system and revealing what was going on behind the scenes. And guess what? They were either killed or arrested or something mysteriously happened to them. What was it? I don't know. You can say the same thing when Clinton got into office. He brought all his cronies over, and mostly all of them are no longer with us. Vince Foster. Remember that one? Anyway. You know, if I wanted to start a conspiracy theory, I would, and I know how to do it. But I don't do that here. I share with you the truth one fact at a time without all the BS. I tell you what's going on. I tell you what's behind the scenes. I tell you what's happening, and hopefully you go question it. You go take the information and run with it and question it. Or, as most people do, they look at the information and what I say about it and go, "You're full of bull crap." Well, then prove it. Don't sit there and point fingers at me and accuse me of something you don't have any proof of. Take the information I'm telling you and go look it up. Oh, and by the way, have a nice day. You know, it's just pointless. You look at people like Trey Gowdy, who's revealing all of this stuff. He's at that point. He's going, look, here is this. Here this is. Look at this. This is what I've got. This is what we've received. This is what we know. And guess what? There's no rebuttal from the Clinton campaign. It's just her out there, you know, slapping her gums around, trying to lie, trying to make sure that people vote for her for president. I believe right now that the current batch of Democrats who are running for president need to just go away. Oh, wait a minute. I think the current batch of Republicans should go away too. What do you mean? How about having regular people run for president, run for office? 95% of Congress is made up of attorneys. Well, who else do you think is going to write the law? We are. We the people. Here's a law for you. How's this? And I'm going to talk about this after the break. How's this? All organized religions, yes, specify, all organized religions should pay taxes, all of them. Any little mom and pop church that is off in the corner of your neighborhood, nah, don't even worry about them. But these mega churches that you see, these huge arenas full of 10 to 15,000 people every week, yeah, they should pay taxes. Benny Hinn, Robert Tilton, Joel Osteen, all of them. They should pay out the freaking nose. Pay your fair share. Do it. That should be a law. Little mom and pops, like I said, that are on the corner in your neighborhood, don't worry about them. They're not going to get big. Okay? They're not, I wouldn't even worry about them. Don't even worry about them. Another law that should be in place is every single congressman, every single person that wants to run for Congress or a office in your state should be at least 35 years old, which it is, and not be an attorney. No attorneys running for office, period. End of sentence, done. You got a shop owner down there, you got a business owner that's over here, you got a hairdresser that's over here, you got a retail store manager over here, you've got, how about the people? How about putting people in the office instead of attorneys? How about that? Why not? How about this for a law? Decriminalize and legalize all drugs. How about that? All drugs considered to be illegal, just legalize them. Look what happened in Portugal. What's the upside? What's the downside? Look at Washington State. They legalized and decriminalized marijuana. Same thing with Colorado. Guess what? Doing pretty good, I think. Oh, and by the way, here's another law. For all the people that want to run for some sort of state office and Congress and all of that, or even president, immediately ban all corporations from political contributions and ban all unions from contributing to political candidates. Well, how is anybody going to get voted in? I'm sure that's the argument. By people voting, not by the corporations buying the seats or the offices, not by the corruption that is currently taking place in Washington, D.C., not by the current methods by which your favorite candidate enters office. The people, you and I, sitting down saying, yeah, that guy's okay, that woman's okay, that guy over there, he sucks, I'm not voting for him. What happened to that type of method of voting? I mean, you can go look back in the history of the lobbyists. Where did they come from? You know what the lobbyists are? It's like one or two or three people coming into a candidate, and this is where it came from, came into an office, a lobby, really, a lobby of a hotel, and just sat there at the table in the lobby of a hotel and said, hey, this is what we're looking for. And that's how they became known as lobbyists. Oh, and by the way, former congressmen become lobbyists because they know the ins and outs of Congress, and they know who to talk to, who to twist arms, and all that, and who to pay off. I mean, that kind of thing. So, yeah, get rid of all lobbyists, get rid of all special interest groups. Just let the people do what the people do, because the people know better than the attorneys that are sitting in Washington, D.C. right now. And, oh, by the way, didn't we have a constitutional professor as president right now? That makes you scratch your head, doesn't it? So anyway, I'll be back right after this. Don't go away. This is the bottom of the hour. This is the American Liberty Radio Network, AmericanLibertyRadio.com.
grand adventure.
Yeah.
From the directorial debut of Brian James Griffo, two brothers faced with a rare genetic disease that causes blindness decide to take a journey of a lifetime and answer the question, what would you see if you knew you were going to go blind?
It honestly makes me feel so small and like whatever problems I have are nothing.
What would you do?
You're supposed to smell it first.
Who would you meet?
This is an opportunity for us to connect with people.
In a groundbreaking documentary that cuts to the heart of what it means to be a brother.
It blows my mind that 100 years ago, this is how people would have done this trip that we're doing. Yep.
And gain a world of vision while losing eyesight. Come along to be inspired and reminded of the very meaning of life through a 12,000-mile road trip. Driving Blind. Coming soon.
Coming to America.
Hey, this is Frank Hannon. I want to tell you about an exciting brand new rock and roll album coming out this year by guitarist Greg Golden. Greg Golden's new album is some old school sounding rock and roll music that's sure to be a classic, featuring some killer songs, blazing guitar solos, and awesome lead vocals by Jeff Sandoval and Randy Scholes from Montrose. Take a listen to some of these songs on this album. Check out the new Greg Golden album coming out on Red Hawk Records this year. www.greggoldenband.com.
Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. Short segment here. I just want to mention something. I'm not against religion. I'm not against people believing the way they want. I'm not against that. People can believe whatever they want. You believe in a giant octopus spaghetti monster. It doesn't matter. Whatever. You want to believe a tree comes to life at night? I don't care. You need some professional help if you do. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. People can believe whatever they want. Okay? I'm not against religion. Religion is the offspring of philosophy. So I'm not against a philosophy that works for you. I'm not against that. I'm not against applied philosophy, which turns into a religion. I'm not against that at all. What I'm against literally vehemently against is these big mega churches that make millions and millions of dollars a year, and these people are living in, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million homes, and people who barely can pay the freaking rent are contributing to these big churches. Okay, and that's what I'm against. I mean, look what happened to Jimmy Swaggart years ago. He finally confessed, to a situation, and he lost most of the people in his congregation. And he had to sell off or rent off some of his property that he had bought through the contributions of people. Let's go back prior to that. Jim Baker, who the government never apologized to, with PTL Club. Him and Tammy Faye, remember that? I mean, seriously. It's, I just, when you look at things like that, when you examine things like that, look at what happened, Jim Baker, Jessica Hahn, blah, 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 all that stuff that happened. It only happened because, what? They got too big for their britches, as my grandma used to say. My grandma used to say she didn't like those people coming on TV and doing that. She didn't like it. She goes, there's something wrong with these people. That's my grandma saying that. She made her transition from this life in 1977. So you had the Worldwide Church of God, you had all these other organizations out there, and my grandma goes, there's something wrong with that. And she knew, she knew. And my mother said, don't trust any of them that are on TV. She pointed at the TV. I looked at her and she said, see those people? Don't trust them. And I went, okay. And I went, holy crap. Well, my mama didn't raise no fool, and my grandma taught me better. I remember watching John Osteen, Joel Osteen's father. Same thing, same type of message. I used to watch Robert Schuller at Crystal Cathedral. I used to watch George W. Armstrong or Herbert W. Armstrong? I used to watch that. When I was a kid, that's what I was watching. Along with the cartoons on Saturday morning, but that's what I was watching. And the fact of the matter is, when your grandma looks at you and says, don't trust them, there's something about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what do you do? Same thing with politicians. And that old joke is, how do you know when a politician's lying? Is when he's talking. That's true. That's why about half to almost all of the Democratic Party and all of the Republican Party should just get out of the race. There should only be 3, maybe 4 candidates, period. End of sentence. And it should be, of course, if you want to believe this paradigm of the two-party system, there should be a Democrat, Republican, there should be an independent, and there should be a nonpartisan person. That's all. 4, period. End of sentence, done. That should be it. Over. That's it. Done. There's 4. That's it. I'm going to go to break, folks. I'll talk to you in a bit. AmericanLibertyRadio.com is the web address. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com is the email address. Let me know what's on your mind. I'd like to know. Ask me anything you want. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. It's that simple. Be back right after this. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.com and email us at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. What we see is not always the truth. Lies, deceit, cover-ups. This is the world we live in. This is not reality. This is distorted reality. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Go to AmericanLibertyRadio.com and email us at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. When the coffee is done, sit down and have a cup and listen to the best independent music station on the web. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Tom Slick delivers all the independent hits and talks about new music from all of your favorite artists. Listen to Tom Slick on The Morning Brew, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, only on Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. For more information, go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. The reality underneath the honesty. Listen to Brian Lang over at Live Truth Radio. Go to livetruthradio.com for more information. Get prepared. Get your emergency food supply today. Go to ALR Network Survival Store at AmericanLibertyRadio.com and click on ALR Survival Store. Hey folks, how you doing? Last segment of the podcast. This is American Liberty Radio Network. American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook. AmericanLibertyRadio.com. And you can email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. You can also Twitter me. You twit? Yeah. At Real WS Pierce. That's at Twitter. At Real... as soon as I swallow. Sorry. Oh, man. Coffee gets hung up somewhere. You know what I mean? At Real WS Pierce is the Twitter. Yes. Holy crap. Man, oh, man. Anyway. So... what am I saying? What am I saying? I am saying that, one, the candidates for president are not worth a hill of beans, as my dad would say. And therefore, they need to all go away. There needs to be two. There needs to be 4 candidates, period. End of sentence, done. 4, if you still want to believe in this, paradigm of two-party system, which is a false paradigm, then we can go ahead and just add 2 more to that. We got the Republican and Democrat. We can add the independent and nonpartisan. How about if we do that? Well, then, we wouldn't have a diversity of candidates that would probably bring some... I don't give a crap. How about this? A, we don't have parties. And B, we vote for people. How's that? That work for you? How's that? The third thing? What am I saying? The third thing. Tax all mega churches. They make millions of dollars. Why not? There's a whole bunch of people like that. I can name them. Keep the little mom and pops off in the corner somewhere and just leave them be because they don't make, I don't know. But these mega churches, oh yeah, tax the crap out of them. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Hey, I want to add something to it, though. Because I believe that all in all, we are smart enough, you and I are smart enough to know what's happening. We're smart enough to see what's playing out in front of us. Problem is that nobody wants to accept it. Problem is nobody wants to admit failure. Nobody wants to look back in the last 100 and so many years since the Act of 1871, really. Nobody wants to admit that this experiment in self-government has failed miserably. Nobody wants to admit it. Now, when I say self-governance, what I'm saying is that we have a group of people in Washington, D.C. that have taken over the role of governing each of the states. That is what I'm pointing at. That has failed. That centralized government, under the guise of self-governance, has failed miserably. Each state has 3 branches of government, and they can do a better job than Washington, D.C. They have in the past. Maine of all places, said, you no longer need a concealed carry permit. You can just carry your weapon. Maine, of all places. What do you think about that? Well, I live in Nevada, which is an open carry state, but a shell issue state. That's what it is. We can carry it all day long if we want to. Just not into banks or around schools or in casinos or anything like that. But I have talked to one of the casinos here in town, and I said, what if I have a concealed carry permit and I come to you guys, I walk in and I come to you and I say, here's what I have, can you guys secure it for me while I stay at your hotel? Or can you guys put it in the safe in the room for me? Or however you want to do that. You know what this person told me? Yeah, just let us know. And I'm like, really? You can do that. You can call ahead and say, we got reservations, yada, yada, yada. You can do that and work it out. If they say no, they can't, then no, they can't. But, if you have a concealed carry permit, why aren't you carrying? You know what I mean? I believe in a constitutional carry. That's something that's been bantered around in the last several months. I believe in the Second Amendment. That's it, period. And it's done. You don't need a permit. Your permit's the Second Amendment. There it is right there. Every state legislature and every state governor needs to recognize that people have a constitutional protected right to carry, period. It's called the Second Amendment. And any proposal from legislators in the states or even the governors to control anyone and their guns is a violation of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States of America prior to 1871. Okay. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. You guys deal with that on your own. Okay. There was a story that I read about a woman who years ago was attacked in her home, and she was against guns, against them, just against every single gun, blah, blah, and she was against all of it. She was attacked in her home. She goes, I carry now. So, yeah, you guys figure that one out. There's 2 things I want to mention before I get out of here today. First of all, let's get to the news. From naturalnews.com, America's descent into social chaos. California mob attacks homeless man. Over what? Let's go find out, shall we? It's on American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook. America's descent into social chaos. California mob attacks homeless man over false Facebook post as mass hysteria grips the nation. This was written by J.D. Hayes over at naturalnews.com. Thank you, J.D. It's hard to imagine a time since the turbulent 1960s when America has seemed so near the breaking point. Examples of our collective anguish are everywhere, and there is fear rising in some quarters of society that if we don't get a handle on our collective anxieties, fears, and loathing, our divisions will continue to deepen and lead to a total unraveling of our social fabric. One of the most recent cases in point comes from Modesto, California, where a fake warning on Facebook of a man trying to attack women in the city went viral. Not only was the post false, police say, but the man to whom the post referred wound up becoming the victim of a crazed mob. Police said the post included details of the man, his description, and more importantly, where he could be found. It didn't take long, cops said, before a group of men took the law into their own hands. As reported by CBS Sacramento, quote, the Post warns in all caps of a Modesto man trying to break into homes and assault women, urging people to share to save a woman's life, unquote. Quote, the whole area was in panic and my boyfriend was like, no, you have to drive to work and I'll pick you up, unquote. Resident Hope Davis told the affiliate. Modesto police spokeswoman Heather Graves said the department was flooded with calls, but they had no reports of a man trying to physically harm anyone. The department attempted to calm the community, sending out a message via Twitter, quote, the post is false. Please share. We fear this man may become a victim, unquote. The rest of that is on American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook. I'm going to point something out to you, folks. I'm going to point something out to you. I'm going to make this very clear to you. Anywhere between 40% or more of Facebook accounts are fake. It's already been admitted, and it's already on record, that the federal government has paid trolls, quote unquote, that have accounts on Facebook to divide and conquer, to instill certain things, to find out where people are, to get the feel of people's position on certain issues and subjects. This is what they do, folks. This is what they do. They skull plug you into believing that certain things are certain ways. And if you read, especially on Twitter or especially in the comments on YouTube and especially on Facebook, if you read the comments and you look carefully at the wording and you look carefully at the what I call the keyword tags, and you watch how those conversations between other people are taking place and how other people are responding, you're going to find those trolls in a hot second. Okay? You're going to find them. They're going to be there. It's notorious on YouTube. And it's just almost equally notorious as the incredible information that is shared on Facebook from people. To me, I would go in, if I were you, to your Facebook account and just completely delete all personal information, where you live, what you do, all that. But remember, your cell phone tags you every time, almost every time you make a post from your cell phone or from your tablet, wherever you're at. And you can get rid of that, by the way. But it's going to take a little doing. All you want people to see is your post, not your personal information. So remember that. I don't care where you live. You live in the Netherlands, you do that there. You live in Spain, you do that there. Take all your personal information off. Don't even tell people that you have a cat. I mean, I don't care. It's like, it doesn't really matter. They're paid provocateurs that are on Facebook to psychologically skull plug you into, and as a result of that, will divide and conquer the conversation and take your personal information and use it against you. That's what they do. That's what this government is paid to do. Okay? That's what it is. I could be wrong. I hope I am. I know I'm not. Okay? 40% or more of the Facebook accounts that you see are completely and utterly fake. People you may know. I don't want to know those people. 20 to 30% of those people, if you scroll through those pictures, are completely fake. Those accounts of those people aren't fake, but those accounts, completely fake. And a good 10% of them are nothing but, really gorgeous women that, and men aren't dead, okay? They're going to look at that and go, hey, maybe I can get this woman in bed. That's what they do. Oh, look at that gorgeous woman. Whatever. Folks, it's pointless. It's pointless to even put any information, personal information, on Facebook. All you need it for is to post, hey, Mom, I'm here. Hey, or, hey, happy birthday, cousin, or whatever. That's all you can do that on Twitter. Wow. So think about that one, folks. Think about that one. I didn't get into too much of the news. My apologies for that. More tomorrow. And, more news tomorrow about the changes to American Liberty Radio Network. Ooh. And who knows, I might have a guest. I don't know. And it might be live. Stay tuned. There's more to come, Seriously. But anyway, folks, what part of personal information do you not understand? What part of personal do you not understand? Okay? What are you going to do? Tell everybody everything like those little white, what are those little decals you see on the back windows of cars, where you see the family and the dog and all this and all that. Well, thank you for letting me know. I can just track down your license plate number and find out where you live or follow you home. Some psychopath might be thinking about that, right? I mean, seriously, folks, you really want your stuff out there? Seriously. Think about that. Oh, my God. Hey, go check out Radio Rock 92.6, The Blitz. Tom Slick over there is spinning all the independent hits. Yeah, spinning. He doesn't do that. It's all on MP3 now, so he's pushing buttons. Tom Slick over at The Morning Brew on Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz at radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. Tell him I sent you. Yeah, go check out Mr. Brian Lang over at livetruthradio.com. Go check out Mr. Robert Bruce over at wakingupthemasses.com. Tell him I sent you. And, of course, go check out Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker. If you would, please, go talk to him. He's got a lot to say. I should have him on the show before the changes we make. So, anyway, you guys are great. All you got to do if you want to support the network is, financially, is let me know. Email me at American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Ask me, and we'll work something out. Go to American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook and share the show. It's on Spreaker.com and on AmericanLibertyRadio.com. Check it out. Thank you, folks. You guys are awesome. More to come tomorrow. And yes, I will get into more of the news, okay? So anyway, folks, American Liberty Radio at USA.com is the email. AmericanLibertyRadio.com is the website. Liberty is the road, and freedom is the goal.